So if you like a decent steak grilled to make it absolutely full of flavour, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to be doing compound butter, also known as cowboy butter, but I'm putting a big twist on this. I've made it my own, I've done a few in the past. We're going to be using these ingredients. Now this is definitely not keeping it simple, but the flavour element of this is going to be amazing. So let's get prepping this compound butter. Let's go. These are all the ingredients. I'll talk you through them as we add them. Mainly we've got 250 grams of non-salted butter. So firstly we're going to add our 250 grams of butter. Open it up a little bit so we can incorporate all the other ingredients. Half the juice of a lemon. We've also got 3 decent size finely chopped shallots, about a teaspoon of thyme, the zest of 1 lemon, approximately 2 tablespoons of flat leaf parsley, very finely chopped, approximately 1 teaspoon of finely chopped chives, 3 finely chopped cloves of garlic. They were quite big cloves. This is totally optional, but I've gone for a pinch, and I mean a pinch, of red chilli flakes, 1 teaspoon of horseradish, a healthy teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Now this is where it gets interesting. A lot of people add cayenne pepper and paprika and salt and pepper and all that sort of business. What I've done is I've got 3 teaspoons of one of my favourite rubs. That's got salt, paprika, cayenne, all that sort of business in it. So I've gone for 3 teaspoons of that, of which I added 2 teaspoons of pepper, shook that up, and added that. So you can use any rub of your choice. So let's mix it up. The smell coming off this is amazing already. You're gonna be like, oh yes. Get all them flavours to mix and combine together. This is going to be good on toast. It's going to be good sliced into chicken breast. You can incorporate this into so much more than just melt it on a steak. Then what you need to do, cling film. Now the idea with this is get it in the cling film, roll it up into kind of like a sausage and stick it in the freezer if you're in a rush, or in the fridge if you've got time. On a steak, it's going to be awesome. You just cannot go wrong. So for the steak, I've gone for a nice inch thick T-bone steak, Highland cattle from John Davison's Butchers, online butchers. That actually smells amazing. The Highland cattle is renowned within Scotland. It's part of their heritage. All I'm going to do with this is just give it a decent coating of kosher salt on both sides. This has come straight out of the fridge. Now the reason I take it straight out of the fridge and don't let it rest to room temperature is because I like my steak medium rare, and with an inch thick steak, to get it to medium rare and get a crust on it, which is also known as the Maillard reaction, which does actually add flavour, you will take that steak way over medium or medium rare to get that crust on the outside. So you want it straight out the fridge because it's still cold. It's got lots of intramuscular fat, so you haven't got to worry about it tensing up. It's something I'd stick by on all my steak cooks. So I'll see you in a minute. So we're going to grill this steak hot and fast over the coals directly. Flip it, turn it, move it, flip it, turn it, move it. We're really not worried about grill marks at all. We're just flipping it, turning it to get that Maillard reaction. Now the smell coming off this is beefy amazingness. Constant movement so you don't get any burn marks in any one spot. So you're just constantly moving it, spinning it around. Getting those fats bouncing and bubbling is what you want. I normally go for an internal of about 50 degrees and then let it rest for half the time it took you to cook it. That's pretty much the basis to go by. I mean, look at that. That's what you want, all that bubbling, get them fats dancing. You want that fat to render down. Getting that fat crispy but not burnt is absolute flavour. You don't want steak to get black chars because black is bitter when it comes to that. It's nothing like when you're cooking and charring vegetables. When you're cooking and charring vegetables, you want to get that black char on. because it adds flavour, but with steak, it really doesn't. It gives a bitterness, so you really don't want that. Bearing in mind that's the fillet and doesn't take long to cook at all. That's the sirloin. Right, see it's all dancing around there. You just can't go wrong. Really want to get a nice char all over. That's all part of getting a decent flavour. But at the same time, if you're going for medium rare, it's going to be difficult to get that char and get the medium rare. And that is totally 100% why you should leave it in the fridge before you get it out. As I say, check that out. Dancing away. Okay, so while you're letting your steak rest, you can slice up this butter and just put it all over your steak. Not being funny, guys, but look at that. You can see there's so much flavour going on in that. It's awesome. I'm just gonna slice it up fairly thin and just put it all over this steak. As I say, guys, this is not healthy, but as a treat, it's good. Look at that, all melting in. Well guys, what can I say? This is amazing. It is a treat and it's certainly not healthy. But as a rare treat, I've got to say, this beats any other. You've got a lot of flavour going on there, but it works really well. I've done a few different in my time. This one definitely works well. Definitely use shallots rather than onions. You just cannot go wrong. You really can't. Grill a steak, serve this up to your mates. It's going to make it something different that they've not had before. Honestly, make it. You will love it. Well guys, I hope you liked the video. Please remember to subscribe. It doesn't cost a penny. And remember, go cook something exceptional. And I'll see you when I see you. Cheers guys. Oh mate, this is mental. Like, just want to keep dipping. Oh, so moreish.